Your life is a testament to the idea that nothing is impossible. That if somebody says no, you say it's just the beginning.
Masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Welcome everyone to the first of two F1 esports events, pitting two highly competitive leagues against each other over the course of a couple of weeks. My name is Kieran Holmes and I'm going to be one of your commentators for these couple of events. Let's go and have a quick rundown of what's actually going to be taking place. Well, 20 drivers are going to be competing over the course of 2 rounds, 10 drivers for each respective league. Each driver will score points for their respective teams, and the team with the most points at the end of the second round will win the overall F1 esports competition that we have here. Well, let's have a quick rundown of the teams that are going to be competing. It's Team ERL, which stands for the European Racing League. Founded in 2015, the 6 seasons that they've been contesting against each other, no double champion has been crowned. with some highly competitive drivers even qualifying for F1 esports events. TSR stands for Tempo Salt Racing. Founded in 2013, one of their most popular drivers is called Arctic Avenger, who owns his own YouTube channel, Feel Racing. So I urge everyone after this stream to go to YouTube and check out his channel. Well, let's have a quick rundown of what the teams are going to be for this local event here at Sao Paulo.
Welcome to the revolution.
Well, for the ERL esports team, Red Bull of ERL Nico and ERL Miro. A very, very good strong pairing there, as Nico is currently 4th in the championship with 87 points. In the Williams, it's Bartek Fras and Antsmaz. Bartek is an incredibly fast, strong driver, and he's even been competing in esports events across the globe. Mercedes has ERL V6 Racing and ERL Fusion. V6 is just coming off the heels of trying to qualify for an actual F1 esports event, so he'll be looking to really impress here. In the Toro Rosso, ERL Montoya and ERL Saja. ERL Saja is the championship leader at the moment with 124 points in Season 6 of ERL. Sauber's ERL Adam and ERL Undead. Undead returning after a brief absence. Now he wants to make his mark, and he wants to make sure that he brings a lot of points to Team ERL. And in Team TSR, the Ferrari of TSR Hunter Stale and TSR Bastek. Bastek is currently 2nd in the championship, 5 points away from the lead there. He'll be looking for a very strong result coming into this esports event. In the Renault, TSR Freak Show 86 and TSR Valley. In the Force India, Alonso 1170 and Arctic Avenger. Arctic Avenger being their league's championship leader with 86 points, so he'll be looking to be up the front of the field. In the Haas, Who's Clio and TSR Frentzen. And in the McLaren, Bob Esty and Kether 14. Well, in yesterday's practice session, pitting some ERL drivers against some TSR drivers, Freak Show in the Renault looked to be incredibly strong, feeling very comfortable on those soft compound tyres, stretching out a 3/10 of a second advantage over Bartek Fras, who was on the mediums. Although a lot of the ERL drivers on the mediums looked to be faster than some of the TSR drivers who were competing on the faster yellow compound. But Freak Show looked incredibly confident going into some of the corners, taking advantage of all of the track, as demonstrated here, where he rode all of the curb and only a minor lockup going into the tight twisty section of Sector 2. It's important to note that strategy will play a key role here, as there's such a high attrition for tyre wear going around this circuit. So a lot of drivers will probably either be going for the one stop just to play it safe, or some will try the more aggressive strategy of 2 soft compound tyre runs and then going on to the super softs. But as the practice session came to a close, it was Bartek Fras on the final run with his soft compound tyre looked to be very, very fast, even edging out TSR Freak Show by a few tenths of a second. So it looks like it's going to be a very close contest for qualifying up at the front, and Bartek looks very, very quick and very determined to be the one on the top step of the podium at the end of the race. So, these are the drivers, these are the teams. We're going to be racing at Sao Paulo. Please stay with us, because we will have all of the action unfolding in a few moments' time. ERL versus TSR. Please stick around. We'll see you shortly.
A lap of the Autódromo José Carlos Pache, also known as Interlagos, begins with the drivers blasting along the track's undulating pit straight and up the hill at 346 km an hour towards turns 1 and 2, the famous Senna S. The first left was taken at 107 kilometers an hour in third gear in 2015 and will form one of the main overtaking spots in the race, while the second part is 158 kilometers an hour fourth gear right that feeds into the long turn 3, the Curva do Sol, taken in fifth at 225. And drivers will look to carry as much speed as possible here as they exit onto the back straight. They build up to 334 kilometers an hour before breaking down to 148 in fourth gear for the left of turn 4, Descida do Lago, or Lake Descent, which is another good overtaking spot. Next comes the 255 km an hour 7th gear fast left of turn 5 as we head into the infield section, racing back up the hill in 8th gear before sweeping into turn 6, a rapid right-hander taken at 231 km an hour that feeds straight into turn 7 and 8. Drivers fight to scrub off speed here and will take a big chunk of curb on the inside of turn 8 at 84 km an hour before heading down the hill again to turn 9. A long 103 km an hour left that rises up once more towards turn 10. A tricky third gear right called Bico de Pato because it's shaped like a duck's bill. Then it's a fast run down through turn 11, a 215 km an hour 5th gear left that'll work the car's aero elements to the max, and then turn 12, a 120 km an hour 3rd gear left, where a good exit is key as it leads onto the long uphill acceleration zone that will complete the lap. Turns 13 and 14 are taken flat out as drivers build up their speed again, racing past the grandstands on the right-hand side and through the final corner, turn 15, a 325 km an hour kink that leads back onto the pit straight and another lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix.
It is short, it is unforgiving, it is the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache here at Sao Paulo, Interlagos, Brazil. Welcome everyone to the first of two F1 esports events. We're going to be taking place Team ERL versus Team TSR. In 1936, construction began on Brazil's first permanent autodrome here in the Sao Paulo neighborhood of Interlagos and was finished in 1940. Brazil held Grand Prix in the early parts of World War II at Interlagos and Gava. Interlagos quickly gained a reputation as being tough and demanding as a circuit, with many challenging corners, elevation changes, a rough surface, and very little room for error. Turn 1, you get it wrong there at the center S and you'll lose an awful lot of time and immediately ruin your qualifying lap, as we see several of the drivers already coming out now to set their times. Sector 2 is high downforce and Sector 3 is an uphill, so it requires a lot of power from your engine. So the drivers are going to have to balance an awful lot of downforce and mechanical grip on this 15-turn racetrack. I am Kieran Holmes, I am the Keyho, and alongside me is Colin Clement, ERL, Ellie Flybo. How are you doing, Ellie?
Hey man, how's it going, man?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good, yeah. Just I'm really looking forward to today's race. It's 10 of the best versus 10 of the best, so we've just got to wait out and see. I'm really interested to see how these two leagues compete against one another, to be honest with you, because in practice it's been dead close apparently. So I'm looking to see towards some of the strategies come out and see how well they play out in this race.
Absolutely, and with a very tough track, especially on tyre wear around Brazil, some of the strategies could be maybe a two-stop or a one-stop. As a former ERL champion yourself, what do you think the best strategy here would be?
My preferred strategy is always to go different on strategy-wise, especially with tyres. So for me, this would probably be a one-stop race. Obviously, suffer a little bit of the lap time compared to keeping the tyres up and running. But I would like to see some of them do a one-stop. I mean, it's possible, but two stops looking more likely for most of the guys anyway, especially on the faster set of tyres.
That's right, yeah, and speaking of tyres, the tyre choices that are going to be here for Brazil are the super soft, softs and the medium. Obviously the medium is going to be the one that's the strongest, it'll run the longest, and the super soft everyone's probably going to be running out on for qualifying. Remember that the top 10 drivers on this short 12-minute qualifying session will have to use those tyres at the start of the race. So if you qualify 11th, you're the first one in the queue to have an absolutely brilliant strategy going into the race.
Yeah, let's hope. If you're in 11th, mate, that's a good start for the race, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
As we get a 1:09 on the board. 1:08. All right, so that wasn't very good compared to the 1:08 that just flies up by Bob Esty. As we'll stay with. I think we're still on screen with Miro here. I think.
He's just coming in to finish his lap now. Where do you think he'll be ending up?
No, I think he's going to back that one out. That's well down. 11.6. He made a mistake. Oh, he's cut the corner. That's all it is. So he'll probably go for another run, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. That's disallowed his time, so he's going to go for another qualifying lap on those super softs. And you can see he's just weaving slightly as well, just trying to get some temperature into those tyres.
As we jump, Cleo's going to come down now. Maybe that was just his out lap, I think. I've got a bit excited there.
He's just about to start his qualifying lap. No, he's just starting his qualifying lap. Interestingly enough, though, he's starting it on the soft tyres, so either he's very, very quick around here, or he's going to play the strategy game.
Yeah, if he does a good run on these soft tyres, and he finds himself in the top 10, then I don't see him having a problem too much in the race. If he can make the tyres last, which I think he will. I mean, you can make them last around here as long as you want, really. They tend not to pop anymore. As far as I've seen, anyway, I haven't seen that many tyre blowouts lately on this game. So maybe it's just calmed down a little bit, but hopefully they can swap onto it's a medium, right? The medium tyre, yeah, and make it to the end.
So far at the moment, 7 minutes left in this qualifying session, and 4 out of the 10 drivers to set times are TSR drivers. So at the moment it looks very, very close. A 1 minute 8.9 from Bob Esty. That is a very, very quick time. He's the only driver at the moment to set it in the 1 minute 8s. And then a few tenths of a second back is Arctic Avenger. And then we've got Bartek Fras, a 109.397. So it's incredibly close between two of their respective leagues' most recognizable drivers.
Therefore, we'll just see Freak Show. Freak Show now come around to start his lap. Let's hope this is a time lap this time. I want to get a good time lap on this. Freak Show is, as far as I know, quite quick around here. So, as we saw in the, as you said in the tape, the stream start.
Yeah, absolutely. Freak Show definitely felt very, very comfortable. I felt he felt more comfortable on the soft compound tyres. I think he's going to be a very, very strong candidate for at least challenging for the win here.
Well, yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. I won't mind seeing if an all like a good 10-car battle for the lead. To be honest, on the first few laps, I want to see him keep it nice and clean. So we've got some. It's close this track, and you make a mistake, you lose a lot of time. So the car behind is definitely going to pick it up.
Absolutely, yeah, and straight line speed is going to be key coming into the final corner before you have the big uphill. Especially this is where Freak Show's coming in. A little bit of a lock up on the front left tire as he straightens the car out. Maximum power as he comes down to the main straight now. What time is he going to set as we get towards the finishing line?
He cuts it slow. Oi, that's an alright time. 1 minute 9.4. Sorry.
Ooh, and a bit of a major lockup as well as he tries to slow down the car. That's going to do those tyres no good whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Bartek Fras coming out of his out lap now. He's wearing the closest resemblance of an Ayrton Senna style helmet that you can get, that yellow and green, that the design that the Codemasters put in as a default helmet setup. I'd noticed. I thought to myself, a few of those drivers would probably do that here in honor of Brazil's best export, Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, it's a good note to the man in it, really. Good head.
Oh yeah, in my mind, he is the best Formula One driver of all time.
I mean, we were talking about this before about how lucky Lewis Hamilton's got one of Ayrton Senna's helmets. You know, I would be a happy man if I had one of them.
Grand Prix. Yeah, if you didn't see it last year, guys, when Lewis Hamilton secured pole position, he was awarded one of Ayrton Senna's racing helmets. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have seen the qualifying results. So if you have, I'd advise you to mute the stream,
mute away,
because we will sometimes talk about it, and we will talk about the results. We've just come off of watching the results, so we know exactly what's happening here. So we will sometimes mention what's happened at the qualifying session, but let's ignore that right now. Let's focus on this qualifying session right now. Yeah, Bartek has dropped down to 5th place.
Miro's just coming across the line. First lap in 1 minute 11.6 on the super soft tyre. So obviously he's made a mistake round there. Hopefully he can have another go round. Get round as quick as he can so he can have another pop. Sorry, he's always got the speed round here. I'm a bit worried he's a bit low down there, to be honest, mate. Usually in the league he's quite far up in front, isn't he? Don't know maybe he's having a bit of an off day.
Maybe so, yeah, but he's not got an awful lot of time in which to set a lap. So if he's going to set a lap, it has to be now. He can't go into the pits and change his tyres now. It will be too late. Bartek moves up to 4th.
This might be his lap, I think. Misa comes out of the pits onto the soft tyres. So there's no one on the soft tyres in the top 10. That's quite interesting. Everyone's gone for super soft.
So it seems like everyone's going for
he's got a slippy.
Look at Miro, the back end. Yeah, he's
definitely gonna lose time.
Not got the car hooked up at all.
That's a bit too much pressure on the power there, I think.
But in saying that, a 109.3. That puts him into 5th.
So what would he have done if he didn't get the slippy?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yes, very, very good lap time from himself, but those tyres, he's not done them a world of good.
No, I don't think so. Not especially not with the back end slipping out like that. And we've got Arctic going into first place, taking pole. Bob SD and TSR Franson are sticking to second or third. So let's see if anybody can jump them. Ketter's on the fast lap. And we'll stick on with Ketter. So picked him up at the beginning of his lap.
That's it, driving around now in the second sector. On the super soft compound tyres in that McLaren Honda. The car in front of him, I don't know if they're slowing down. They are, yes. Yep, they've got to get right out of the way. That Mercedes gets right out of there.
Still going to distract him a little bit though, I think. Maybe, especially being on the edge of that corner. You can usually take that a little bit wider, that corner.
Yeah, so Ketter will probably have backed off just a little bit, maybe lost a tenth or two.
Yeah, I say so. Still 1 minute 10.0 at the moment. Oh, 1 minute. Where's he going?
109.5.
Wow.
That's only good enough for 12th position.
Still faster than me, mate. I would be definitely in trouble in this race.
An interesting point that Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I was going to say an interesting point to say that the drivers that are in the 109s to getting to near the 110s, it's from 3rd to 16th. They're all inside the 109s.
Yeah, this is going to be close, mate. It's all going to be dependent on who's faster on those medium tyres, I think.
It's going to come down to strategy and penalties.
Definitely. But we've got Antmaz on a lap here. He's on. He's hiding under the radars. I think he's going to be last across the line, and he's in 14th at the moment on a set of super soft. So let's see where he can place it. A 1 minute 9.7 is not bad from him at the moment, but I reckon he can do a little bit better if he hooks it up perfectly into the last few corners, and he locks up there on the inside and right down onto the curved straight.
Well, he's left it as best as possible. The track is completely cleared and rubbered in now. Cuts as much as he can. A 109.2, and that's 8th position.
Wow, well done, mate. This is very spread out, isn't it? Just looking at it, it's all spread out. You've got lots of TSR in the top. And a lot of the ERL as well. So it's going to be a close race, I think, between everybody.
I think it's definitely, a very, very good mix between the two of them.
Especially looking at Hunter Stale on the back. He's on the soft tyre, so obviously he's going to change for a new set of softs. And I have a feeling most of the 11th down will as well. Maybe push that one stop, or definitely solidify a 2-stop.
Absolutely, yeah. 6 out of the 10 drivers inside the top 10 are TSR, so they're in a very, very strong position at the moment to get a lot of points.
Yeah.
Of course, the last time the ERL did an esports event with a fellow league, they focused more on fighting each other, which allowed ERL to pick up the points and pick up the victory there.
Yes,
but
yeah.
We'll see what happens here.
Well, it looks like we're a bit bugged out at the moment, I think. So we'll just see them all go around and crash into each other for a little bit, make a bit of entertainment. Hopefully we won't see any of this in the race. I really don't want to commentate on people crashing.
No, absolutely not. No, we want to see good, clean racing, and I definitely feel like we will. There'll probably be a couple of incidents, and I really hope that we pick those up.
Yeah, definitely. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, 100%. Someone's going to touch. Someone is going to lose out there, I have a feeling. You can't get 20 guys into one corner. It just doesn't fit.
Well, we've only got 26 seconds until the qualifying session officially ends, and then what we can do is we can talk about the final results. Oh, as Undead has shortened that for us. Thank you very much, Undead. Well, here we go then. The top 10 as it stands. Arctic Avenger, Bob Esty, Just 7/100ths of a second separating those two. ERL Nico in third. Frentzen, Valley, Bastek, Bartek Frass, TSR Alonso, Antsmaz, and ERL Milo round out the top 10. So they will all start on the super soft compound tyres. Then you've got Freak Show, Undead, Montoya, Who's Cleo, Keta 14, Saja, Hunter Stale, Adam, Misa, and Always Milan have their own choice of what tyres to go on.
See how close they were.
Incredibly close.
We're going to be busy tonight, mate, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be fun to see see who goes for the 1-stop and 2-stop, definitely. But the cut-off point on these tyres, you probably could do a 3-stop around here as well. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of rain to spice this up, but doesn't look like it.
Well, the added bonus for us is that we don't actually get to see what the weather is going to be like on the TV screens. So, for all we know, there could be a little bit of rain in between. Yeah, I don't think we get told when there's going to be rain.
Oh, fantastic.
So if there is, then it's all going to be about strategy here. Just waiting on the drivers now to decide their strategies, what tyres they're going to go on, when they're going to be pitting, and then we'll be
You did this
racing.
race a while back, didn't you? Just a couple of weeks ago on 50%. What did you go for strategy-wise?
Ooh. I think I went for a 2-stop. Just to try and be easy on the tyres. Yeah, it seemed to work out quite well. I was battling quite well with a few of the other drivers that were on the slower tyres, and I just pressured them into destroying their tyres and made a mistake. And I think that's what the guys on the faster tyres need to do. They need to just pressure the guys and get in front of them. And as their tyres start to die out, just make their cars as wide as possible for the guys that are on the slower compound tyres.
Definitely, yeah. The track is very narrow around here, so we could see a lot of that. Well, I'm hoping anyway. We'll see a lot of good defending. Track position is quite important around here.
Exactly, yeah. And pressure is one of the key things that probably we're going to discuss quite a lot, because the more pressure that you build on someone, this track is one of the very few old guard where you have that old style, you make a mistake and you're going to pay for it mentality.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of the more modern tracks, they have that like runoff area, so if you do make a mistake you can just rejoin the track. But with Brazil, especially in the middle sector, if you run wide or if you make a mistake, you've got grass to contend with, and then that will just ruin you for at least a minute.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to push... we got the race start going there. If you push yourself wide round here, you will... if you get pushed or put pressure on, like you were saying, the left-hander, the right-hander, sorry, going into the second sector, that quite high, you rise up over the top and then come across on the curb. That could be a deciding factor in some of the speed around the lap, especially when you're getting chased down by someone just as fast. Your tyres don't hold up that much around there. You've got to take it a little bit easier.
Exactly. We're just waiting for the formation lap to start. Just let the drivers set their get their settings all ready, get themselves mentally prepared as we go around the first Senna S. I mean, one of the main key talking points we should also bring up is the concept of getting into a flow, getting into the rhythm. Because this track is such a short track, it's very, very difficult to do that, especially if you have a lot of fast guys between you. I feel like getting into a flow is going to be key to having a lot of success, especially at a track like this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if it's worth... I mean, I know I'm a bit strange when it comes to strategies, and I do have a tendency to pick the one that no one else would think of, but I think maybe a stop...
Oh yeah, you're very strange.
Thanks, Sam, mate. Maybe a stop on lap 1 would do a benefit for everybody. for the person on a different strategy anyway. You can come off those super soft tyres straight away, come to the back of the grid while everybody's fighting, and just get into a rhythm. By the time you catch up to everybody, they'll be all on pit stops, so you have a bit of a leeway with your strategy. I think getting a bit of clear air is going to make a massive difference around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
it'd be strange, mate. I told you.
That is a very strange. Absolutely, that's a brilliant strategy. I really have no comment for that. I really can't.
I would love to see someone do it. Honestly, I'd love to see someone do it. Just pit and just have a free-stop race, faster tyres all the way to the end. See where you come.
Well, there you go. Not showing my bias or anything like that, but if any of the TSR guys want to do that, then by all means, try it.
No, I wouldn't begrudge them. I'll be cheering them on if they do.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. All right, here we go then. All the drivers lining up for the grid. 36 laps here at Brazil. Everybody getting sorted. 5 lights. Here we go. And we're off here at the Brazilian Grand Prix.
We've got a bit of a slow start from the Haas.
Very slow start, and that Red Bull going all the way around the outside. ERL Nico cutting it and doing brilliantly to move himself up into 3rd position.
As we follow these two, the Force India and the McLaren down into the 4th corner, but they don't look like to be putting a bit of risk on the early stages of this race. They'll keep it nice and clean, I think, all the way around this track. Hopefully, as everyone, it looks like everyone's kind of gotten away scot-free around that 1st corner, so I'm quite happy with that.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone looks like they've gone around cleanly and safely. As Bob Esty still keeping within touching distance, just 0.4 of a second, but ERL Nico still right behind, as Frentzen has a little look just to try and maybe throw Nico off of his game.
Look how close all these guys are behind this TSR Bastek. They're chasing him down. Look at all the overtaking manoeuvres.
One thing I definitely want to see is Bastek versus Bartek.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I'd like to see that, actually. I think we might get to see that in a couple of laps' time, because Bartek looks like he's getting some good slipstream down there into the turn 1. As we see the Mercedes and the Red Bull going quite close to one another. Let's see who they were.
Antsmaz defending against ERL Miro, so already
Oh, don't weave.
Oh, there's a lot of weaving there from Antsmaz.
That's unkind, that. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's not good.
We'll have to see Miro get past him soon. Hopefully, Antmaz does give way, because Miro is pretty quick. With Freak Show right behind on a soft tyre, so Freak Show did go for the harder compound of the 2nd hardest compound. Sorry, just to see how far he can push into the race. If he keeps a good solid speed on that tyre, which you can do around here, you'll see yourself jumping up through the order pretty quickly, as the tyre degradation is pretty high around here. So
and it seems like Nico has had a major problem. He's dropping down. He's down to 5th, and he's already under pressure from the Ferrari of TSR Bastek.
Oh, he's up to speed though, but he's going to get overtaken. I think he must have just lost it. Maybe just lost it. Like we see those guys having a bit of a slide on out of that last corner. I think getting that traction down maybe a little bit too quickly, like Miro did in the qualifying.
Yeah, he seems like he's back up to speed now, and he's calmed himself down. And the DRS has now been activated. We're on lap 3 out of 36. Miro again just runs a touch too wide on that curb. Sorry, not Miro, Nico. I do apologise about that.
Let's have a look back down. 10th place. So they got past Antmaz. No, they're still behind Antmaz. Agonisingly behind Antmaz. Look how close this top 6 is. From 4th. They are all just line astern behind that Red Bull there. You can see in the background of Nico FR. Just all tightly following one another. We're going to see a few overtakes coming down into turn 1 now, I think. Especially with this long, straight with the DRS open. We're going to see the Ferrari probably dart down the inside. But if,
and behind that, Bartek is going to try and go down the outside.
Are they going to keep it? Has he got the inside for turn 2? Oh, the Ferrari!
Oh, and there's a spin up front.
Who was that in the Ferrari? Bastek.
It's Bastek. So there was contact between another driver and Bastek, and that's put him into a spin, and he's dropped all the way down into 12th and into the clutches of Keta and Saja.
I'm hoping it wasn't contact, because it looked like he just got a bit wide on the exit of turn 2 and lost the back end. I'm hoping that's the case.
Oh, and there was contact, though. There was definitely contact between Saja and Keta as Keta tried to defend the line. It looked like he got a bit of understeer and just pushed Saja wide, and that's dropped Saja down into 16th position now.
Wow. This is tight. We've got TSR Frentzen all over the back of TSR Valley. As you're going to see the DRS.
Yeah, the TSR drivers.
I know they've got.
Yeah,
they're doing well, aren't they?
They've got a very good. Yeah, they've got a very, very good position at the moment. 4 drivers in the top 4. Nico still.
Bartek has got past
defending
Nico.
now.
He needs
So
to let
Bartek
Bartek go. He needs to let him go.
Yeah, he needs to let Bartek go. Yeah, so Bartek has been released. Nico
Don't be
acting
silly.
like the cork in a champagne bottle.
He wants to get in front. Love it. As Bastek is making his way up the grid. He's now past Freak Show and ERL Adam.
Hero, though, just losing touch with the drivers in front just slightly. He's 1.4 seconds behind TSR Alonso, but he's having a good race. He's not too far in front, and he's not too far behind as well, so he's got just enough clean air to comfortably keep those tyres in check in 8th position.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about how fast these TSR guys are going.
Oh, they are very, very quick. And rightly so as well. They are a very, very strong league.
Well, let's just hope we get a couple of the ERL guys up there for a bit of kicks, a bit of overtaking, because I know it's more of a team game this race, leagues versus leagues, but I do like to see overtaking on one another. So I won't mind them all mixing up again. Maybe a safety car. Well, be quite happy with a safety car.
Oh yeah, a safety car would throw everything into this. As a 3-second time penalty has been awarded to Keta for multiple warnings of track extension.
So as always, Milan as well.
So he is down in 13th at the moment, and he's not too far away from Saja. So if we were to run stationary at the moment, that 2 seconds would become 1 second in the benefit of Saja.
I think we lost Antmaz, mate. Antmaz has dropped down the order. Is he pitted? I didn't see him pit.
Looks like he's really, really struggling. He's down in 15th at the moment. I'm just having a look at his car just to see. He's sliding an awful lot. I don't think he's got a puncture or anything. Yeah, he's really struggling.
He's not pitted, right? Nope, he's not pitted.
I don't believe so.
ERL Undead and TSR Hunter Stale have pitted, and they pit on the first lap, so let's hope they hurt. Oh, as we see, Antmaz gets the back end, slides right out there from underneath him. That's been a terrible he's going to have grass all over his tyres. Slide all the way down.
Sliding all over the place.
He needs to pit. Yeah,
and into the
idea.
pits he comes.
You can lose a lot of time here, I think.
Well, he's lost an awful lot of time for a 5-second stop and go penalty.
He'll get that on his next pit
The Freak
stop.
Show's into the pits as well.
Freak Show 2, oh, he must be having a terrible race. He's lost some of his front wing now. Gio, just a little bit. He's going to get that changed over. You can't have your front wing damaged around this track. There's too many fast corners to fly around.
No, you can't at all. Meanwhile, further up the field, TSR Valley, Frentzen and Bartek Frass are all nose to tail. So close between each other. Bartek has just been released, and he's right up behind TSR Frentzen, looking for an opportunity to get past that Haas.
And we're going to get him down into the DRS zone, but the TSR guy has got a DRS as well. TSR TSR Frentzen, sorry. So he's going to find it hard to close up unless he can do it in the midfield of the circuit. As ERL Adam pits as well. As I was saying before, you can make a lot of time up on that pit exit, I think. As we see Frentzen go for TSR Valley and makes a nice clean overtake there. It's Bartek's up next. But I think you can make a lot of time on that for the pit exit. You know, the down the hill tight corner. If you lose a few seconds there, you could easily lose your undercut if you do pit earlier.
Absolutely, yeah. And Bartek's just being so patient right now. He knows that these tyres are coming to the end of their life, so he doesn't really want to push them too much. Just try and stretch them out as much as possible and just stay behind that Renault if he can.
He needs to get closer on the exit here.
3-second penalty. Just needs to get an absolutely perfect exit, stick it up into Rich Mix. The RS zone activated. Bartek's nowhere near close enough to make a move. As we see a few of the drivers already biting the bullet and going in. TSR Alonso and Bastek now coming into the pits from 9th and 10th.
So where are we going to see them come out? I think they're going to drop down into the midfield. Well down into the midfield.
So this is crucial now because a lot of the ERL drivers are in the midfield themselves. So at this point, if they keep going with their medium and their soft tyres at the moment, they could prove to be a real vital asset to the guys coming out of the pits.
I mean, look, Antmans has just set the fastest lap time. There's nothing wrong with his car. I think just maybe got a few of the corners wrong, the exit especially, and has just dropped it. So let's hope he puts his weight back into it and gets a bit further up the grid. And we've got ERL Miro and ERL Nico fighting for position here on the home straight. I don't think they're playing nice. I think they're full on going for it. Oh, actually, we see Nico pit. Nico's coming to the pit.
Perfect opportunity there for the Red Bulls to sort their strategy out.
He's going on to the
soft
it's very,
very hard. It's very hard, isn't it, to go against the natural I'm going to race
Oh,
kind
look
of
at
aspect,
this.
as we see
Bartek trying to take
I'm just
both
looking at that now.
The TSR guys. He's going to hang it
so
around the
close
outside.
between these three.
Oh. I mean, if you hang it around the
Bartek
outside
has
there,
looked
you are
after his
brave.
tyres. Oh yeah.
Just bide your time, mate. If I was him, I'd pit. I'd pit now, get in, get some fresh tyres, put in a good lap if you don't come out in traffic. Can you see where he'll fall? If he does, it's 40-second pit limit, and it 35 seconds in the pits, I think.
Something like that.
He's going to get the run on
he
him
should
here.
be just taking the advice of the doing the indie strategy and just posting with those guys, just using their slipstream. Bartek comes into the pits now, along with TSR Frentzen.
Oh, they might have a battle here on the exit of the of the pits. Let's see. I want to follow this.
Arctic Avenger and Bob Esty have also pitted.
So we made up and lost time. Has anybody made up and lost time? Oh, the Haas gets out in front. We're going to have a fight down here. Let's have a fight. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can lose time here and make up time. So much time.
It's going to be very, very close. Is Saja going to be able to make a move? He's not, no. But Arctic Avenger is definitely going for a two-stop strategy. He's on another set of super soft compound tyres.
Wow, ERL Nico has caught up to Bartek Fras again. All over the back of Bartek Fras now in the soft tyre. So he's got a lap on him on those tyres, but he's undercutted him, saved himself 3 seconds easy. So the undercut is working massively here.
This midfield is so tightly packed.
Oh, I mean, can you keep up? I can't even keep up where everyone is at the moment. It's
No, I'm struggling to find a good battle because they're all good battles. It's absolutely amazing. This is brilliant stuff.
I mean, we got Saj's not pitted, and he's in P4 on the medium tyre. 1 second, or a second and a half off Arctic Avenger. We've got Who's Cleo and TSR Valley. I don't think they've pitted either. So they're out of position.
They haven't.
So we could see them drop down in the grid. Bartek, Fras and Nico it's going to be looking at their position. That's where they're going to, if they pit, that's where they're going to drop out. I have a slight feeling, as I see Bob Esty has gone onto the soft tyre as well, battling with Saja. Saja's tyres, look, they're going to be done for. He's not got the speed. You see that grip there?
Well, the interesting thing to talk about this is like TSR Valley. I'm not sure if he's pitted yet, and he is on lap 12, and he is on super softs.
Oh, they touch.
And he is still keeping a 4 point.
ERL Montoya, TSR Frentzen. Bashing wheels. Well, that was close.
That's what we want to see. Rubbing is racing. Montoya just keeps in front of Frentzen. Now he's going to have to go all over the back of Ketter.
Is he going to get him now? Has he got the straight line speed to get past?
I think he's got the straight line speed.
Is he going to make an
quickly he's closing in.
I think he's left it too late, mate. Maybe on the second DRS. Let's hope he gets him down here.
Oh, the back end stepped out a little bit. That's going to compromise him an awful lot.
He's not got a good run, has he? He's not going to make a position change here. I don't think it's going to be risky if he does. I think he'll wait off until the first corner again. But
meanwhile, Bartek defending against TSR Alonso. So close between those two. They almost touch wheels. But Alonso has to fight another day. And that's allowing Nico right behind him to close up onto this battle.
Yeah, we're going to have a 6-car battle here for 5th place. Sorry, 6th place. All the way down to 12th. Or 11th, sorry, my apologies. All the way down. They're just fighting for position here. With Ketter holding everybody up.
Which is playing brilliantly to Saja, who's on the mediums. And he's in 5th, and he's extending his lead to Ketter.
Yeah, this is good for him. Oh, we're going to have a 4-way scrabble into the first corner. Oh, this is going to be tight, mate. This is going to be very, very tight. 4-way.
So close.
The Hask's down the inside. There's the McLaren, pushes the Toro Rosso wide. Mercedes. Who's going to get the better run down into turn 4?
This is incredible stuff, and the Red Bull just slices onto the inside.
5-way fight. This is brilliant stuff, guys. Brilliant.
This is what esports is all about. 5 different cars, all battling for one position, and none of them crashed out.
Top, Bartek Fras, he comes out on top.
And Ketter is the one that suffers the most. He's dropped down to 11th from all of that.
Yeah, he just got pushed wide there in turn 1. He had nowhere to go. Fair dues to him, he could have hit the car on his outside, which was the Toro Rosso. But he didn't, so fair play to all 5 of them there in that series of corners.
Nico ran a little bit wide, and as a result of that, he's gotten a 3-second time penalty. But speaking of Nico, I think that move that he did into turn 2 was Daniel Ricciardo-esque. He saw an opportunity, definitely. And in a split second, he just went for it, and he overtook Ketter for that. Yeah,
as we got TSR. Oh, here's TSR Valley's coming out of the pits. Let's see where he's going to drop. Oh, he's dropped a lot of places, TSR Valley. Down into 10th.
I think he's going to be around about 11th.
Just popping out.
Bastek's starting to make up a little bit of positions and time. He's in 11th at the moment. But I don't think he's deterred from his strategy. He's still on super softs. So I think he's just decided to still go with his strategy.
I think everybody's pitted, I think. Near enough. Let's have a rundown on who's
Cleo.
In there.
I don't think who's Cleo has. He's still
going around on those tyres.
Softs.
That's impressive. He's one-stopping it. He's doing my strategy, I tell you.
Yeah, he's absolutely doing that. But Arctic Avenger is closing in on a rate of knots. He's already closed down 2 or 3 tenths of a second just on the straight alone.
But Bob Esty, who's sat there and behind him all the way, he's not left his side. He's closing.
Meanwhile, freeway squabble. Sorry to interrupt you there. There's a freeway squabble for 4th place. Frentzen, Saja and Bartek Fras all going for it. Oh, Saja's been forced wide and he's had to let Bartek through.
If he didn't do that, he would have got a penalty, I think. He lifted, so he didn't pick up the corner penalty. But he's got the Force India all over him now.
What's Bartek going to do? So close to TSR Frentzen. Oh, and Montoya receives a 5-second stop and go penalty for a severe collision.
We have just lost ERL undead.
Oh, and he's gone off the track. He's crashed out. He's lost his wheel.
Oh no, where did he lose that? In turn.
That was what the 5-second stop and go was for. Severe collision. Didn't manage to pick it up, but
that's a shame. He was doing quite well for his return.
Definitely, yeah. So there's going to be some words between some of the team ERL boys.
Bartek's going to make a move. He's going to go down the inside.
Down the inside, a little bit of a lock-up. Make sure that the card is as wide as possible as we go into the second corner, and he's done it.
Needs a good run down here. Just that grip on those tyres. It's a big difference.
5-second stop and go for Valley for speeding in the pit lane.
As Saja lets Nico FR past. That's a team move there, guys. Montoya's got a 5-second penalty for pit lane speeding. So he's going to have to come in again later on in the race, I think, and get his 5-second penalty. Who's Cleo came out in 8th place. Is it an optional penalty?
Oh, and Montoya has just decided to retire from the session there. It's an optional penalty for a 5-second stop and go. If you've completed all of your pit stops, the 5 seconds will be added to your race time. You don't have to come in for it.
Oh. So,
it's only if you come into the pits. The team's not allowed to touch your car for 5 seconds and then they can service your car.
I just have a feeling we've got a few guys out of position here. I don't know about you, but I have a feeling the middle of the grid is all mixed up.
Well, Sasha's now come into the pits,
so
as is TSR Alonso,
mediums.
Who's got a 5-second stop and go for speeding in the pit lane.
Wow, they've got to be careful coming down that into the pit lane from that. You can go too fast and just not brake in time. For the Sasha changes his front, or TSR Alonso changes his front wing. Saja's car is broken. Can you see that, Keo?
I cannot, no.
It looks like it's broken to me.
It looks like it's just stuck in the pit lane. Oh no.
Just no luck. That's just a weird glitch.
Well, some of these guys... Yeah, some of these guys have bad races. Some of these guys have bad seasons. It's just the luck of the draw, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of guessing his teammate had just probably been in front of him, so he's just got unlucky there.
Could be that he is still driving around. It's just a glitch with the lobby.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Yeah, we'll find out the official results. Meanwhile, lap 19. 36. Let's have a look at the action right now, now that everything's kind of settled down. So, Arctic Avenger still leads the Grand Prix, 0.4 of a second between him and Bob Esty. They're 10 seconds in front of Bartek Fras, so it gets to the point where, do you think that these two will be like, we're 10 seconds in front now, let's have a bit of fun between ourselves, let's have a bit of a battle.
I am hoping so. I thought they'd go, you know what, let's have it, let's have a good race. Give us a bit of a view. I mean, I do hope Bartek does close up, but those two have done a brilliant job, to be honest with you, the way they've just kind of controlled the front.
They have, yeah, absolutely. But Bartek is not losing out too much. Well, saying that, the back end steps out
there, yeah.
Very, yeah, an uncharacteristic mistake there from Bartek Fras, and that's allowed Frentzen to close right into 1.4 seconds of him now. So that could be a an interesting battle later on. Meanwhile, we got 5th and 6th, Bastek and Nico, just half a second separating those two. Nico finally finding his stride again and is starting to attack that Ferrari.
Yeah, he is a little bit. I think maybe his tyres are a little bit old compared to Bastek's, maybe. So he has. I think he's only pitted once, hasn't he?
That's true, yeah. And Bastek is still on the super soft, so he's going for that two-stop strategy. Who's Cleo is just behind them, about 3 seconds down the road. He's on the medium compound. He's definitely going for that one stop.
He's dropping onto those two as well. He's picking up the pace and getting close to ERL, Nico, and TSR Bastek now. They're getting quite close to one another. Who's Cleo might run a bit of a surprise race here. ERL Adams jumped
Definitely.
up as well into 8th place.
Yeah, he's sitting on his own, plugging in those laps.
Troubles.
Antsmaz
Has got two
Antsmaz
cars all
and,
over him.
ERL Miro. Yep, and one of them is ERL Miro on those
He's gotta
mediums.
let him past. Team game, mate. It's a team game.
Oh,
That's
and
good.
someone's lost a chunk of their front wing.
Can you see who it was?
I believe it was Ketter. Yeah, if you
Yeah,
look
it
at
is.
the front right on the T-cam, you can see, oh, and Antsmaz and Miro getting so close to each other as well.
Oh, come on, Antmaz, let him through. Ah,
Oh, and a...
spin on.
Oh. And because of that, Ketter has now benefited greatly and is up into 9th position.
Oh, he needs to let everyone through. That's poor team spirit there as he goes wide.
Struggling with grip. TSR Valley is going to try and go around the outside. Yes, he does. He cuts on the inside. That's another free position that Antmaz has given up.
He's just had a terrible race.
It's very uncharacteristic of Antmaz to have a
Yeah.
terrible race.
Usually he's quite solid, but we've just seen him make mistake after mistake today.
Just a tad overly aggressive, I found, in this esports event.
Yeah, it is. Again, it is, as we say, it's league versus league. So when you do see a few of your teammates battling from the same league, it is a bit like, well, come on, guys, you know, it's a team game at the end of the day. But you got to remember, they still just want to race and have fun. So, you know, but I don't like seeing it. I kind of hope the better sense of them lets the other person pass without battling. You see.
Yeah, there's, you know, that old saying, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And for there, I think...
That's a class saying. Say it again.
You know when to hold them and you know when to fold them. And I think...
Fantastic.
And I think at that occasion, yeah, someone should have just realised that their hands were just a little bit too short to box with God and just... should have just backed off.
Definitely. Oh, cracking me up, mate. Yeah, definitely. You got to learn when to not fight for position. You know, otherwise it's just going to do you in more than anybody else. It's kind of stabilised now, though. We've got a bit of a lull in the entertainment. We've only got 2 close battles. ERL Nico and who's Cleo. Cleo's obviously on the fresher tyre. We've got TSR Alonso on Misa on the home straight. After that little incident into turn 1 with Antmaz and Miro there. Miro's come out on top in 8th. But yeah, these guys, you'd struggle to think we might have had some really good racing there if we didn't have that hold up with Antmaz there.
Yeah.
We might have had some good
absolutely,
racing down into turn 3, turn 4.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, as punishment because of that, Antmaz is struggling all the way down in 14th, defending
Oh, we got
against
about
Milan,
5 of them in the background
Freak
fighting.
Show. Yeah.
Jump on with Antmaz, and it's Antmaz is again. This guy's holding up TSR Freak
everybody.
Show. Always Milan, TSR, Hunter Stale, and Saja. Oh, not Saja, sorry. Who's in the Williams?
No, Saja looks like he's about to be lapped. There's a Haas behind him. So Saja has just had an absolutely terrible race here.
Well,
Especially as he lets that Haas through. Yeah. That's horrible for the championship leader for ERL.
There we go, 4-way down into turn 1 again. Well, 3 ways down into turn 1. Oh! Oh, there's a crash!
And that Williams just... Wow. That was just... I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that, Colin. That was just crazy.
Yeah, it looks like he was battling Antmaz. Antmaz got a bit defensive. In more ways than one.
Milan. Milan looked like he darted to the
DRS
inside.
Open, wasn't it? You can't do anything after that.
Yeah.
You're a passenger when that happens.
Well, I definitely feel like there's going to be an awful lot of words exchanged between teammates here.
Yeah, I think so too. As Arctic Avengers just pitted for this last time, he comes out into 3rd place. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of finger pointing, I think.
Tell you what, I'd love to be the fly on the wall in that debrief.
Me too. Maybe we'll get to be, you know. Special interview and all that.
Oh no, I don't want to. The first thing they'll be asking us is like, oh, who was at fault? I don't really want to get involved in that.
Yeah. True. I agree with you. Stay clear. We'll just commentate on the action for now.
Exactly.
Speaking
of the action, there's definite lull in the action at the moment. Misa is just touching the distance of the top 10. He's right behind TSR Alonso. He's had a very quiet afternoon, is Michael.
Yeah, he's jumped up, but he's definitely just plugging away. I think he's one-stopping, I believe. But he's just got overtaken. He made a mistake there into turn 4, so that's why TSR Alonso got in front of him. As we see Bob Esty pit as well. Well behind Arctic Avenger. So, did he get a penalty? Change his front wing or something?
I believe he may have done. And speaking of penalties, Always Milan receives a free second one for multiple track extensions once again.
Poor lad. He was having a good race, I think. He was enjoying himself.
He was, yeah, definitely. It's so surprising. I mean, like, out of the 20 drivers, 17 of them are now currently still going around the track. 3 of them, unfortunately, are ERL drivers that have retired. We've lost Saja, Montoya, and Undead. These are guys that you expect to be at the front of the field, and it's very, very surprising to see them having such a bad afternoon, a bad evening.
Yeah. I think Saja was unlucky with that pit stop. As Who's Cleo was pitting. Oh, maybe not. No, he's not. Looks like he was pitting. Bastek has pitted, sorry. Saja got a little bit unlucky with that pit stop bug, I think. As Bob Esty gets let past there by Who's Cleo. No, that's team orders there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
ERL Undead. Did you happen to see what happened to ERL Undead? I didn't see it.
I didn't know, unfortunately. It just looked like there was a coming together. I think it was him and Montoya. And when I flipped onto the camera, I saw a split second of a car in the barrier missing a wheel. That's pretty much all I saw before it flicked back to the pits.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, the only one apart from Bartek out of the ERL group who's up in 4th place at the moment. Nico is in 7th, Miro is in 8th, ERL Adam in 10th, and Misa in 11th. Yeah, they've had a bit of a rubbish race, the ERL team this race. I think there's only a few that kept it out of the wall. You got to hand it to the TRS boys. They've done a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The TSR boys have come in here fully prepared, knowing exactly what everyone will be doing. They've given each other plenty of room and moved over as and when it was required. There's an awful lot that the ERL team need to do in order to discuss what's going to happen for the next race.
Yeah, definitely. I think we had a problem with that in the last race as well, didn't we? A little bit.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to get out of the mindset of you versus
racing one
everyone.
each other. Yeah, you're racing against one another each week, and sometimes you just can't switch out of that, like you said.
But at the same time, you've got to know what type of race you're competing in.
Yeah,
and that's definitely something that a few of the ERL drivers will definitely be aware of, and going into the next one. But again, like, this is only our third event, so it's very, very, you have to get into that swing of things to be a cohesive unit, and it's very, very
definitely
interesting to see that team start to gel and to use that. And yeah, cooperation is key, and that's what they need to do going forward.
Yeah, we've also, there's two guys missing tonight, aren't they, as well? So we've had some emergency call-ups.
Exactly, yeah. V6 Racing being one of them. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, he's not able to compete in here. So yeah, we've had to have a couple of reserve drivers coming in just to kind of fill the void.
The only battle on track at the moment is TSR Alonso versus ERL Adam. So everybody else is and Freak Show versus Valley, but I think that's just going to be a let past, I think. Oh, the two Renaults are after a fight here. They're having a fight.
Well, why not, hey? As Misa has pitted.
So we got the only battle. Everybody's separated by at least 3 seconds. And the only battle we've got at the moment on the track is ERL Adam versus TSR Alonso. With Adam on the faster of the soft tyres, so maybe you can jump him, get 9th place, a few extra points there for Team ERL.
Absolutely. Well, I've just received a message from ERL Undead about what happened between him and Montoya. So apparently Montoya span at the exit of turn 2 and drove straight onto the racing line at turn 3 and right into ERL Undead. So that's definitely going to be a cause for discussion in the debrief when the ERL team sits down and reviews what happens after the race.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to have a look at that. But
Absolutely.
we've got round 2 to bounce back, hopefully.
Yeah, it's swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Like, this race is TSR's definitely, but the next race could be ERL's. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, the one main thing we're doing here is just, obviously, this is our 4th event or 3rd event?
I believe it's our 3rd.
So it's our 3rd event, and we've already been we already raced Team Espana and WF1. So I mean, it's just good getting a lot of players together, I think, that normally wouldn't play together and in the open lobbies, and you get some good racing out of it, actually, as we saw earlier on. Guys are clean, so you're not getting random people jumping in and spoiling the races with taking people out and that.
Exactly, yeah, you're getting a bunch of really, really good races between some really, really fast individuals, and it's good, it's fun, and it's very, very clean. As Bartek Fras receives another 3-second penalty, and that's going to allow Bastek to be within touching distance to snatch that 5th place, and then make it a clean sweep from 1st to 5th for TSR.
I mean, maybe Bartek might have got a few corners wrong. Bastek's kept it clean, so we've not seen any penalties for him with a cut. So, but he's got a nice solid pace too. So he's come quite a long way. How far did he come off the bottom of the grid?
It was sort of like near 14th, 15th place, I believe. My memory serves me right, and that's not really a reliable source, but.
Well, the only person that's not pitted twice is Cleo. And he's nice and solidly in 3rd place, getting just chased down by his teammate TSR Frentzen. I'm hoping Cleo gets to finish in 3rd place, because he did really well to get there, and I think he's got really well to get there.
We're suddenly getting a very
14th.
good battle. We're getting what we wanted, Bartek versus Bastek.
Around the outside, older tyres.
Super Softs versus Softs, and Bastek has taken 5th place, ripped it from Bartek Frass.
Ouch.
Well, it was brief, but that's exactly what we wanted to see.
Did you see those tyres? The Super Softs are just the grip. Look at him pull away. He's only done him overtook him a few corners earlier, and he's about half a second in front already.
Ansmaz has now retired from the session. And it's not a crash out, it is just him pulling out and just giving up.
It's a shame, really.
It is, it's a real big shame. Well, the only battle now that we've got is 9th and 10th, TSR Alonso versus Adam again.
They've been at it all race.
They're only separated by just a few tenths of a second.
Adam can't
coming into
get
the
close.
last 3 laps.
He can't get close on the back of that first DRS zone. He can't get close enough. His downforce is too high, I think, compared to the Force India of Alonso. So he's just not getting close enough, even with the DRS open. So he's having trouble. It's been about 6 laps now he's been stuck behind him.
It seems like he set his car up more for the uphill of Sector 3.
Definitely.
As you can see, look at that. He's already lost 2 tenths of a second just from a couple of corners. From 4 tenths of a second to 6 tenths of a second. And we're not even into the middle sector yet.
That's the problem, though. I find that's a little bit of a problem. If you set your car up for the middle of the track, the middle sector to the end sector, those fast corners, you've got to get punished on those 2 straights. You know the speeds you go through, so the problem is you won't be able to overtake, and you'll be a sitting duck effectively going into turn 1, which is a massive overtaking place.
It's just so hard to get a decent balance here. Do you attack in the middle sector and hope to make up time there, or do you just set it up for the 2 straights?
I think you set it up for the 2 straights, mate, because you can be quick in the middle sector, but if you're not quick on the first and second sectors, you're not going to be able to overtake anybody or defend well. I mean, if you're quick in the middle sector, fair enough, you'll be able to close up, but you'll see what's happening to ERL Adam now and TSR Alonso. He just can't get close.
And of course, being stuck behind TSR Alonso for so long, it just looks like it's going to damage his tyres even more. Look, he's lost even more time now. He's down at 8 tenths of a second.
We've got TSR Valley getting chased down by Hunter Stale. Hunter Stale is on the fresher tyres, I think. Maybe not. It's on the older tyres, so he's losing time.
And TSR Freak Show just behind him is gaining time on Hunter Stale, so he's had a very, very bad afternoon, but he's making up for it by closing in on his teammate, maybe to see if he can get the fastest lap and at least have a go at TSR Hunter Stale.
Yeah, definitely. I think ERL Misa's just been overtaken by Force India of Arctic Avenger being lapped. As we come on to the last lap now, mate. Last lap.
He has indeed, yep. So we're on the final lap. Arctic Avenger has done everything right. That is why he is leading the Drivers' World Championship for TSR. He's just driven an absolutely perfect race.
I used to race with him a few years ago. He's always been fast, this boy. Always.
Never raced with him before. Of course, that probably wouldn't be a race. That would just be more of a learning experience for me.
Yeah, just follow his line, see if you can keep up, kind of thing.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think after about 3 corners, that'd just be him in the distance. Bob Esty has done everything right just to kind of be the rear gunner and finish in 2nd position. 12 seconds off of Arctic Avenger. I don't think that's really representative of the time. I think he's just gone for an additional pit stop just to kind of go for that fastest lap at the end.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, those two have just been running so close together. As Bob Esty is coming out of the final corner, but Arctic Avenger takes the victory at the Brazilian Grand Prix for TSR. It's going to be an absolute whitewash for TSR on the podium as Bob Esty in that McLaren finishes in 2nd position.
Whereas TSR Frentzen coming down.
There we go, nice third place for Frentzen. And who's Cleo snatches that from him on penalty countback.
Yay!
But Bastek finishes in 5th position. Bartek will finish is the first ERL driver down in 6th. Now comes ERL Nico into 7th. Miro will finish just behind his teammate in 8th, though there will probably be a couple of words exchanged between the 2 Red Bull drivers as TSR Alonso separates the 2 of them on penalty countback, so he jumps into 8th position and Adam in 10th.
As we bring over Hunter and Freak Show, I think they're going to fight away. No, they're just going to go line astern, I think. There we go, the last 2 to finish, and Keta in 14.
Wow.
That was entertaining.
That was indeed.
Very entertaining.
Who would be your driver of day?
Arctic, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw some really good overtaking, but Arctic has just dominated it today.
He's commanded it. Never looked like he was in doubt.
To be fair, the
it's
top
probably
two,
a really, really boring
top 2
drive
positions didn't look in doubt after the first 5-6 laps.
Well, this is certainly this has been all TSR, but it's certainly been an eye-opener for Team ERL that really need to kind of think about their strategy going forward into the 2nd one.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. They need to group up, get a few words said in each other's ears, and hopefully attack it better next time round.
Absolutely, yeah. Get it all out of this event before they go into their championship race on the Sunday. Well, I'll leave it all up to you to end as I greeted everyone. So I'll leave it up to you, Colin, to say goodbye.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you very much. Alright, guys, you put me on the spot there, but as I say, just want to say a massive thank you to the ERL teams, the ERL League and the TSR League for joining us this weekend, Saturday night race. It has been entertaining. A good shout out to ERL Misa PL who has organised this, as well as some of the behind the scenes stuff that you've not seen, guys. Someone has been working extremely hard, I think. So he should be proud. But other than that, guys, it's been a great race here at Brazil.
Yes, thank you ever so much for taking the time out to watch this ERL versus TSR event. I am Kieran Holmes. Oh, we're going to do some interviews. Absolutely. All right, excellent. Yep. Include your audio, guys.
Yeah. I've done it.
Excellent. Okay.
We got more running time, Keo.
Yeah.
Hello,
absolutely.
guys. Do the
we
closing
were just signing off there, Michael. No, absolutely fantastic. Okay. Well, I'm gonna open the forum up to TSR because obviously they were the victors here. Hunter Stale, talk us through your race. How did that go for you?
Bad.
At least he's honest.
I think I don't know how he got spoken out. Charger nearly spun on lap 2 and I can't avoid the contact, so I lost my front wing, and after that, yeah, a race behind the field.
I mean, a lot of the
And
contact
damage
in the race,
limitation.
mate, I think was because of the speed.
Yeah, I've got a crazy
a lot of guys
situation,
dropped
like,
it on the corner.
I've got a crazy situation in the last, I think, 10 laps on the main straight. I got on the left next to, I don't know who exactly it was. I think it was no, not Adam.
Atlas.
I don't know. It was the Mercedes and the Williams, and
We watched.
some weird
we
things
saw it.
happened.
Yeah, we got that on tape.
It has seen a little bit laggy, I think. It was no really contact on my screen. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you ever so much for your input there, Huntersdale. Misha, you started from the back, but it seemed like you had a fairly eventful race. Flew under the radar again, I see, just to get yourself into a decent position. How did your race go?
Yeah, good evening, guys. First of all, congratulations to the team TSR for really strong race, very good pace. We tried to fight with you guys, but I have to say honestly, we suffered on multiple incidents. I mean, game glitches during the qualification and race 2. I will show you the diff hours after the interviews, but some of us were not possible to race in quali. I don't know why, what happened. And in the race 2, ERL Chaya, he have been forced to retire because the game halted him in the pit lane during the 5 minutes, so he was not able to continue his race. But yeah, but
we did
anyway,
catch that.
yeah. But anyway, I have to say that we are really. I have to say, yeah, the TSR will show a really strong pace tonight, and yeah, I think even without those glitches, we were slower. So, yeah, honestly, we were slower today. But let's hope. We would like to race rematch. I don't know if TSR would like, but
Yeah.
we would like to race with them again. And yeah, let's hope on the rematch we'll show a little bit better pace. And the last word about my own race, it was a very calm race, I must say. I was starting from the back. As I said, the reason was the qualification glitch. I was not able to race because I saw spectator mode. It was really strange. I was able to control my car, but I saw the whole spectator mode overlay. So it was really strange to see that. And finally, yeah, I started from the last, but I think I was able to manage P13, I believe. So not bad. And yeah, looking forward to the rematch.
Yeah, as you say, ERL out for revenge.
I hope so. I hope so, and I hope the TSR guys who would like to race with us again, because I think it was clean race. I believe I didn't saw too many incidents.
Well, Hunter's just gone, yeah, okay, on live stream, so that means he is now guaranteed to race next race. He has to race.
Who
They
said
can't
Yeah,
back
that's a
out
verbal
now.
contract.
Yeah, verbal contract now, mate. We got round 2 coming, guys. Round 2 coming.
Okay.
I
okay.
think I think I
Challenge
can
accepted.
motivate the other guys to make the rematch. Yeah.
Wicked. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe around Monaco. No, Singapore. Let's do Singapore.
No.
Unfortunately,
know.
now the TSR drivers who have a choice, so they are the host of the rematch. So, as you know, the host of the match is choosing the track and cars. So for the rematch, the TSR will be privileged to choose the car and the track for themselves. Yeah, let's
Well,
hope it will be some nice track.
I'm gonna do some Darren. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do some
No,
Darren
like,
Brown
please.
on him, and I'm gonna make him pick the track that I want him to pick. So there we go, guys. I'll put my my track name in the verdict next week on Twitch. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay, guys, thank you again for the race, and
Yeah, we can also just thank for the stream and also for the event. So yeah.
you're welcome.
It's been an absolute privilege to commentate on that. There was a lot of action, especially in the midfield. Everyone was so close together. There was an awful lot of action for me and Colin to comment on.
Yeah, can't wait to see the highlights. So thank you again, guys, for the race. I'll go now, and take care.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Keo this time. I'm gonna put him on the spot to close you out. So there you go, Keo. Have it back.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I do
welcome,
appreciate
anytime.
the
Anytime you need a
kindness.
push in the
Thank
right
you ever so
direction,
much.
I'll do that for you.
Well, yeah, I always need a push, don't I? Well, thank you ever so much to everyone that's taken part in this event. Thank you everyone for taking time out of their busy day to watch us going around a track for 36 laps. I am the Kehoe, and that's Ellie Flyer Bow. This has been ERL versus TSR, round 1 out of 2. We'll see you again next time for the follow-up.
Okay.